Welcome to the latest episode of the S-StarTV podcast with myself, Jawsy. And this episode, I've got a superb guest in the hot seat. Before I even say his name, before I switch the camera to him, I just want to start off with the list of venues this man played in 2023. Fabric, Egg, XOYO, Alternet, Crystal Palace Park, 338, Junction 26, Ministry of Sound, Electric, BEC Arena, Village Underground, High IBIZA, and there's more, but that's the way I'm going to start it. In the hot seat today, I've got Jerome Six. What's going on?
What an intro.
Bro, how does that sound listening to those mega venues that you played at last year?
No, it's crazy. Like, sometimes I do sit there and I think to myself, like, last year was mad. Like,
What a year.
It was crazy.
Like, we got loads to talk about here, but for 2023, did you go above and beyond what you thought? Or did you relay the goals? How was it?
So, obviously you have your plan, you have your direction of where you want to go, but then things just started happening like brick by brick, and it sort of snowballed really quickly.
Yeah.
So like, when was it? So it started in the end of 2022 when we done High IBIZA.
Yeah.
From then, everything just sort of picked up, and it was just like a next show and a next show. Then I just started working with new promoters, new venues. It was just like, yeah, it was mad.
So would you say that was what put you on the trajectory to go onto another level? I've got loads to pick apart.
Playing there or?
Yeah, so like the High IBIZA, was that when did you notice a difference after that?
I feel like, not really. I feel like I changed within myself, because when I played there, it sort of opened my eyes to like, the world is so big and there's so many different places to play, so many different venues, so many different promoters, and there's a million DJs, but for us to get the call to go to High, it means like people are like noticing our scene and seeing what we're doing, and it just made me want to work harder. Do you know what I mean? So when I got back, I was like, yeah, it's time to like really fix up now and really go for it. And
because I haven't got this written down, but obviously you came from underground scene, like the underground London scene. But I feel like the scene that you and a couple others are now actively promoting and being a big part of, it's changed. Because it's not like, let's be honest, like it's not the hood house sound anymore, but it's some of the same people, but it's evolved.
Yeah.
So where would you say it's at the moment, where you're at in terms of sound or the circles you're in and stuff?
Well, that's another weird one. So I just proper love house music, innit? So from like the beginning, I've always just experimented with different sounds, and I was a raver as well, so I've always gone to different events and just heard different music. Big up Kyrie Fix. Me and him, like, we go to loads of festivals, we go abroad and just take in loads of different sounds. So we try to bring that in over here and just try and mix it up with the UK stuff. Then when you're playing that, it just creates like a new different sound.
Yeah, 100%.
So from then, I've just collected different music and started working with different promoters. And obviously, I'm quite big on like recording sets and putting it out. And so people have heard that and been like, okay, well, this guy's playing a bit different than just the UK stuff. Let's bring him over here. Yeah. And it just started working. So it's like, I feel like I'm quite versatile, and I fit in different pockets and can play for different parties, and it's just worked.
Yeah, 100%. So one thing I want to pick up on early on in this interview is that you quit your day job to do the music thing full time.
Yep.
I want to know why you did that, and I want to know the impact on your life that's had and the effects of it.
So, when was this? That was 2022. Yeah. So from like the start of 2022, it was always in my mind, I wanted to go part-time, do music more, because obviously I was trying to produce more. But I was a delivery manager, basically. Yeah. So I was a delivery manager doing that, and I'm working 40 hours a week. Then I'm still trying to play football, still trying to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got a partner. So just trying to balance life, it was very hard.
Okay.
And I feel like I got to the point with music where I was doing really well, getting all these shows and trying to network with people, work with people. But so for instance, Francis would be like, oh, let's go studio Thursday. Well, I'm finishing work, going to the gym. I start work at 4 o'clock in the morning sometimes, or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like, can I really afford to go to the studio? So I'm cancelling. But music is obviously always my passion, but I'm a delivery manager, so I've got to take that serious as well.
Of course. So
it's like, I need to do something. And at the time, to be fair, I enjoyed my job. It wasn't a job that like I hated. I enjoyed going to work, so it wasn't too bad for me. But it was taken over my life sort of thing. So the original plan was to go part-time, juggle it from then and then see what happened. But then obviously got into a few bits of trouble at work where I sort of lost my head. I wasn't taking it seriously. So I thought, you know what, before I leave on a bad note, let me just go out on a high, say goodbye, and then just go and do my thing. And then, yes, I left my job January 2023.
Yeah.
And then honestly, since then, it's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. Like, just being able to focus fully on Rise, music production, like my everyday life now is just music.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do my 6 media, so I've been able to launch that fully and go out. And so last Saturday gone, I had 4 recorders out. Do you know what I mean? It's just like built a business off the back of that.
Yeah.
And then doing DJ lessons, DJ classes. So now my usual 9 to 5 is like in the studio. After that, I'll go to the studio, do DJ lessons. So it's literally changed my whole life. It's been, I know like people always say, oh yeah, quit work, go do this, chase your dreams. It's not as easy as that. Obviously, I've worked very hard to get to this point. Like, I worked for literally all my life. I've saved a lot of money to be able to give myself a chance. My original plan was to quit for 6 months, like use my savings if I had to, and then just go from then. Obviously, it's worked out better than that, so that I don't have to go back to work. But yeah, honestly, one of the best decisions I've ever made.
But also, when you're reeling off the things you're doing, you've obviously got a business mind as well, though, to be able to.
Yeah, so obviously so the plan was to have a plan, if that makes sense. You can't just get up, leave work, and not just hope and pray that bookings are going to come in. Obviously, I was doing 6 media like behind closed doors a bit.
Yeah, I remember.
And I always thought to myself, like, I could actually do this more if I wanted to. But at the time, again, I was working, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Then I thought I was doing DJ lessons on the sly. Couldn't really do it because I was so busy. But I thought, if I actually take that time away from work, put that time into that, then I can actually balance that with DJing, with producing, with Rise. And it's actually things I really enjoy and I'm really passionate about. So it's like, yeah.
So are you a lot happier, would you say?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So life is all about balance as well. So to be fair, I was making a lot more money when I was working and DJing, obviously, because I'm delivery manager. My wages are basically cut in half now, but I'm 10 times more happier, got more time to do what I want to do. Like, yeah, you got to balance and you got to find out what you want to do, what you really want to chase. And obviously DJ and music's my passion. So I was thought, lose a bit of money for the long-term goal makes sense.
Yeah, and do you feel healthier?
Yeah, 100%. That as well. So my routine now is probably wake up 6 a.m. I'm in the gym like every day.
Nice. Go
to the gym, go home, have breakfast, go to the studio. I'm in such an army routine now, but it's just because it's things I enjoy doing. It doesn't even seem like work.
Yeah, of course.
It's just natural. It's normal.
Nah, it's inspiring. Very inspiring to hear, man. And well done as well.
Thanks.
Yeah, so the next day I want to talk about, you then took up producing, because obviously you must have been producing for a while but not putting nothing out, and then you dropped the Brandy free download, and then people took notice, okay, Jerome Six are producing. So tell me about that, and then tell me about how it's going now and stuff.
Producing was like, so again, when I first started, like I first dabbled in it like 2018, 2019, but that was me trying to force myself to do it because I felt like I needed to do it. Yeah, I felt like, to make this step, I need to do this. But I was never really interested, if I'm being honest. And then obviously it got to like 2020, we had lockdown, and then when I got my flat, obviously had a new little setup, started like investing more in like the speakers, bigger keyboard, just little things like that. And then I started really enjoying the actual process of finding new sounds and just messing around and because we had so much time, I was literally just making music like every day and just trying to mess around.
Was you on furlough, was you?
No. I was working.
Oh, you still work?
My old workplace doesn't shop literally only Christmas Day.
Probably got busier then.
Yeah, it was crazy. We was like one of the only shops that I was just like, it was normal for us. So when everyone was off, and it was just like normal for us. Yeah. It was just so normal. Nice. But yeah, so into that, it was just like producing, dabbling a bit, but wasn't really getting anywhere with it, just messing around. Then started getting a bit better, sending stuff for like Hitty, Shenin. They were like, oh, this is actually decent. But you probably know yourself, as a producer, you make music. As a DJ, like, we procrastinate a lot. Like, I thought everything I was making was rubbish and it's not good enough, and I can't put this out. Like, no one's gonna like this. So even the Brandy edit, I think I made that like in August, and then I released it next April.
Swear.
Yeah, like it was so long after.
Do you know, I remember Dayran tweeting something about, your track's hard, something, but I remember it was months before.
Yeah.
You must have played it to him early as well, because I remember him tweeting about it, and then I never heard nothing for a long time.
Was literally never putting anything out.
And then obviously become the big release with Max Chapman.
Yeah.
So talk us through that. Talk us through the process of that. Someone who doesn't understand how that comes along.
It's actually a funny story, to be fair. This is random. So me and my partner at the time, we was in Mexico.
Okay.
2022. Yeah, we was in Mexico February, and I must have got waved one time. Went on Instagram, and Max is always like posting. He flies all around the world or whatever. So I must have DM'd him or commented on one of his pictures.
Yeah.
Are you in Mexico by any chance? And he literally replied back saying yes. I was like, well, this is mad. Yeah, like, I'm in Mexico, where are you, sort of thing. And he was like, I'm playing here, send me your name. So he put me and my missus down on guest list. We've gone down there, backstage, just drinking, talking about music. He's like, oh, like, if you're producing, send me some stuff. Obviously, these times now, I'm shook to send him anything. I'm thinking my music's trash. We're just going back and forward. Like, big up Max, sent him some stuff. And then one time he replied and he was like, I'll actually sign this. I was like, what do you mean?
Wow.
I was like, what do you mean? And that was every single time. He was like, I'll actually sign this. I was like, bloody hell. He's like, yeah, it just needs obviously some work. Because he's like, obviously he's my goat. I think he's so sick. He makes everything like so clean, everything professional. He was just like, oh, that snare's out of key. You need to just get the snare in key. Just little things like that. Went back, brushed it, back forward. And then, he was like, he'll take the track, but he needs another one to go with it. Sent him some more, going back and forward. And he was like, yeah, we'll do this as an EP. It was mad.
He must have been buzzing.
Oh, mate, honestly, like everyone that knows me knows that I proper love Max Chapman. Like, in terms of productions, he's been quality for so long. So, like, when he replied back, I was like, what do you mean you want to sign it? Like, my head was gone. And even I didn't tell no one, because I was like, I don't know if he's joking or not. I was so amazed by it. I was like, nah, it can't be serious. And then literally never told no one until like the week before it came out.
Yeah. Wicked, man. Because do you know what I've really respect you for and noticed with you? You're so good at the way you post, the way you manage to space things out, but it be visible a lot. So like you won't be posting about the same thing. You'll space it right out. And like I've noticed, like you'll do a release, then you might do a DJ photo, then a DJ post for when you DJ'd or rise, and it's just the way you do it flows so nicely.
Yes.
Have you trained for that, or have you just taught yourself?
Just
honestly,
I wouldn't say trained. I do a bit of research in it and like look at when's best to post and what not to post. And to be fair, I'm in a good network group. So me, Shenin, Hitty, who else is there? Kai. We're quite good. We all help each other, and just like if we see something online, we'll send it to each other. Have a look at this, read this, check this. And so obviously there's all algorithms and all that sort of stuff. You just don't want to overdo it. So I do try and look and keep up and stuff like that.
It's funny though, because one of my mates, he's a great producer. He's just starting to put stuff out now though, because he was from another scene. I told him to look. He's actually following you anyway. I said, oh, do you follow Jerome Six? He said, yeah. I said, just watch what he does. Like the way he posts is I really like, it's effective and really good though. Like I enjoy your post because it's not too much of the same thing and the way it's spread out as well. I said, watch and learn from him. So the way someone sends you, like Kaya sends you something, I sent you, you know what I mean? I used you as a template for him. So
appreciate that.
People are watching you as well. But just staying on like the producing it, the Who Told You remix obviously was a big one as well. And must have got more eyes on you or more listeners to you as well.
Yeah. So again, honestly, this is mad. So what happened with that? Yeah. So I'm signed up to like loads of mailing lists, and they send me like demos from when I first started. I used to play R&B, all that stuff. So I still get all the old mail outs from like all the hip hop and rappers and stuff like that. So that landed in my email, and I actually sent it to Francis, Renzo, and I think Hitty. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do this. Like, I ain't got time for this. And then I think one day I couldn't go to sleep. It was like 12 o'clock at night. I thought, do you know what? I've got this here. Let me jump up. Let me just do it. I was at home. I thought, let me jump up, do it. I started doing it literally from about 12 to 4 a.m. at night. Then I woke up, sent it to Renzo, and he was like, this is it. Like, you need to put this out ASAP. And then obviously went to sleep, woke up, and I was like, listen to it. I always like to go to sleep, listen to it the next day. I was like, nah, this is actually cold. Like, this is good. And then, put it out. And then it just took off.
Good.
And then literally, no exaggeration, like all over Europe, people were playing it. Thing downloaded it. I kept hearing that Thing was playing it, Mason Collective. I never got a video back officially, but they did download it, and they were people saying that they was playing it because it was around the time, I can't remember what festival it was on. It was like May time. There was a festival in Amsterdam, and like, so it's like a week festival. Like everyone's playing within that week, and there was like people saying that I'm sure this is your track. I never got any videos back, but it literally just took off. Literally took off.
Like there was, it circulated a lot, that track. Circulated a lot of some wicked videos.
And again, that's a track where I wasn't even sure about it. Wasn't going to do it. So this is just like a message to producers. Like, so don't be so hard on yourself. Like, music is music. 50% of people might not like it. 50% of people will like it. Do you know what I mean? Just mess around with music and put it out and just see what happens sometimes.
And then what also about, would you say to producers, always have them 1 or 2, 3 people as your network that you can send to get feedback? Would you say that as well? Because obviously Renzo's opinion mattered to you.
I have about 10 people that I send music to regularly.
I'm not one.
And to try that's because I'm too nervous, honestly. I think 90% of my music, I'm like, nah, this ain't it, man, this ain't it. Until probably like the start of this year, where I've really been like, nah, like, okay, I'm good now. I'm making better tracks. Like, this is good. But like before then, it was just like, I'll send it to them. They'll say it's good, and then that's it. Just wouldn't put it out, wouldn't finish it.
Of course.
That was the problem. But yeah, in terms of that, it's good to have a network, but then at the same time, it's not, because sometimes I'll send the track to Renzo. Remember, it's just one person's opinion, one person's ears. He might not like it. And Renzo's blunt and very honest. So he would be like, but then I will love that track. So I will still put it out. You can't always listen to people.
Of course, but then do you not think it's then good to have different types of ears on the receiving end?
So this is my 10 people, really like different people. So obviously like Shenin's more like underground house. Renzo makes like a lot of deep minimal stuff. Then obviously I sent it to Max, Late Replies. They're making like beatport chart music. So it's like I tried to send it through different people. Then I'll send it to like people that, I always try to send it to people that don't listen to house music, just to get their feel on it. Like, is it house music that they can vibe to? That's how I kind of knew that the J Hus edit was good, because obviously the vocals so bait anyway. But it was just where was it? I think it was at Red Cup. Someone played at Red Cups, and that's more predominantly like an R&B party, and you could see people vibes into it, and I was like, it must be half a decent track.
It's easy listening as well, isn't it? It's not like it's not like a heavy hitting house track.
Nice,
man. Well done. Right, so you're talking about your network of people there, which it fits in nicely to the next part. What I want to talk about. I want to talk about some people. I do think you're self-made, but I also feel like there's some good people around you that you seem, that you rub off with each other or help out, or that seem to be. And the first one I talk about is Shenin and Amara and the part he's played in your career so far, and does he inspire you, or do you look up to him? How is it with Shenin for you?
Yeah, that's my brother. Honestly, we talk like every day. Like it's mad, and it's, you see when you go on Facebook and Twitter and people are like, oh, you lot just book your friends. Like
that's down the road. Yeah,
literally, like all these promoters, I don't know none of them. I'm from Enfield originally. No one's from my area. There's not even a lot of DJs from North London. Most of them are from South and East. I've just met them through DJing, and they've obviously seen that I love what I do. I'm good at what I do, and they've brought me along. It's never been a thing where we're just all friends and we all just help each other out. We've become friends over years. But someone like Shenin, how did I meet Shenin? I think I met Shenin when I was like 18. Literally, I used to be in a little team called Live Vibes. Big up Max, big up Harry. We was North London, like younger DJs. We was doing our thing. We was in like regulating all the clubs around then. Shenin obviously found us. We call Shenin the scout, because Shenin's always finding like the new talent from all ends. So obviously Shenin's found us back there, and he's put us on a few raves. I think the first one was Ifbar, done the Hill with him. And this was literally like 15, 16 years ago. Wow. And just ever since then, we've just gone through the levels, and he's sort of, I think I've basically played at every single one of his raves for like the last 15, 16 years. And obviously we've become really close. And Shenin definitely a big part of obviously Jerome Six, because obviously he brought me over to South London when we started doing Fire and Lightbox, and he opened my eyes to like bigger venues, because obviously I was a North London boy. I was only doing North London raves. There's like 3 venues I used to do, and then he's helped a lot.
Yeah, I feel like Shenin is a big part of the London underground scene as well.
100%.
Done a lot of work and continues to do a lot of work, man. So
yeah, big up Shen, big up Shen.
Another one on the list I would say, because you mentioned him quite a lot, is Hitty.
Yeah.
I don't know like how much of a part he plays, but I know he's in your network. What's your two's?
Yeah, that's another one. That's my guy, man. He's so humble. He's so like, obviously me and same thing. We sort of come up at the same sort of time. It's weird because like when Shenin was doing Fire and Lightbox, remember we used to have the forums.
Yeah,
used to be like me, Hitty, in room 4. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Just regular. We always used to talk. And Hitty's always a guy that's always been like, nah, you're a sick DJ, man. Like, you're good. Like, he's always just giving me that love. Obviously, when I started doing Rise, I tried to put him on a few, and we've just always been like that. So we send each other tracks back and forward. And then Hitty was like the first guy that just sat down with me in the studio, and I was like, bro, this guy's crazy. Like, when like he's a proper musician, and he can play instruments.
Yeah.
If you go, he's just mad. So like, when I went studio with him, it made me think to myself, like, nah, like, yeah, I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of work to do. But yeah, me and him, we're just cool in it. We send each other tracks. We just go back and forward. Like,
and so how nice is it to see where how well he's doing them?
Bro, I love it. He deserves everything because, like I said, he's a proper music man. He loves music. He's been doing music for ages. He's so humble with it. He's we call him a perfectionist. Have you been to one of his shows yet? Have you been to it yet?
No,
yeah, you need to go to one. Like, his shows, they're actual shows, innit? They're not
Shenin
just...
Amara told me said he's a perfectionist.
Yeah, mate, it's crazy. Like, everything has to be like, it's like
but it's
yeah, but it's worth it. When like I said, I go there. So I played there the last one, but I do the recordings for them. So I always go there, but I go there as a fan. I proper enjoy it. Like, the show's mad. Like, I'm really proud and really happy for that guy, man, because he's super talented. Yeah,
good man. It's nice to see people in your circle winning as well.
100%.
The next one, I noticed he played your Brandy remix early on and was one of the first people to properly back it. It was Continental GT, and then he's took you kind of under his wing with his brand as well. Let's talk about your two's friendship or relationship.
That's another one, man. That is my guy, because again, he's from Brum, I'm from Enfield. Never met him in my life. Literally, one day, and it's, you know how timing and energy and all that stuff is mad. So I'm at work now. These times, when I'm having a bit of beef at work. So like, yeah, I'm just stressed at work thinking, what am I doing? Am I leaving? Am I staying? I get a phone call from some random number, and it's GT. And like, we're just having a general chat, but it was like, I've known this guy for ages. I've never spoke to him in my life. He's never spoke to me. He just like, literally just bigging me up. He's like, look, I like what you're doing. Like, you're really cold. He was like, what was he listening to? He listened to one of my mixes on SoundCloud, and it was like, yeah, I'm going to put you on the next steppers. And that was it. But it was a shock because, again, I'd never spoken to him.
Yeah.
I didn't know him from nowhere. He literally just called me to say like, just to show love. Like, and I really appreciated that. And he said, yeah, like, look, I've got you. Next one, I'm going to put you on. And then that was in probably October, November. And then, yeah, he put me on December. I remember December the 10th, played at E1. Big up GT.
It looks to me like when you're in them parties, it looks like you should be there though. Like, you fit in for what he's trying to build or what he is building.
So again, that's like part of the conversation was that saying like, you need to be doing these bigger shows now. Like, you're very good. Like, not trying to like, do you know what I mean? But he was like, you're good. Like, you need to start elevating yourself. You need to push yourself a bit as well. He did give me a bit of that, as in like, you need to just like step away from the crowd and just do more for yourself. Just look like you're doing more for yourself as well, because people are watching you, sort of thing. And then literally from that conversation, it was mad because so last year I worked with, I think I calculated, it was like 23 new promoters that I worked with last year that I never worked with before. Wow. And that's just from, do you know what I mean? Me putting out music or them listening to a mix and stuff like that. That's all come from that. And that was sort of what he said to me, is like, people are watching, but you just need to do a bit more to get to that stage. And you'll get there. And yeah, man, he brought me through some crazy shows. But he's a madman because the Manchester show. So obviously we've done the December one. That was sick. E1. That was December. Then March. He's like, yeah, got you on the next one. March. That's all he said. Just got you on the next one. These times I'm thinking it's just going to be E1 or something like that. And then the flyer comes out, I think like February, beginning of the year. And I see BC Arena. I'm like, hang on a second. BC Arena is like 2,000, 3,000 people. Yeah. Then it sells out 3,000 people, like with like a month to go. Then he releases another 1,000 tickets. So it's like 4,000 people. So I call this guy. I'm like, bro, like, you all you said to me is like, we're on the next one.
Yeah,
You've not
yeah.
explained where it was. Like, this is mad. And then, yeah, man, that show was nuts.
Yeah, the footage looks
It
wicked
was
from
crazy.
that.
Like, I always get nervous before, like, pre-match nerves, but that's one of them stages where you got to walk up the stairs and then, like, you look down.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was on 11:30 to 12:30. So in my head, I'm thinking 11:30 to 12:30 in London. It's a decent time, but it's not gonna be ram. Literally, I walked upstairs. There was about 3,500 people there.
Yeah, it was ram. I've seen the video. It was ram.
Right, this is mad.
It looked huge. Did it feel massive?
Yeah, it's mad.
Is that the biggest venue you played?
Yeah.
What's it? So like, do you feel like, can you still mix the same as in a place like that? How does it feel?
Pardon me.
Obviously, I know you got monitors, but you know when you're just looking out and you're seeing, because before you can, you know, like let's just say 65 and they're all up close, and you're just vibing off the people like around you. It's just so many people. Like, how's it work as a DJ?
It's weird because I feel like that is it. It's harder to keep a crowd at the smaller venues because everyone's so close and you feed off them more. I feel like at the bigger venues, I'm more relaxed. It was weird. I was more of looking down. I feel like I'm a bit more relaxed now because there's so much people down here. As long as I just keep them bubbling, they're going to be nice. Do you know what I mean? There's so much people. The rave was ram. So it was like, no one's going nowhere. As long as I've got good music, do you know what I mean? I'm going to make people dance. Like, I back myself. So it's like, yeah, it was like after my first track, I was fine. It just, I panicked because I put my USB in and the USB wouldn't load. I was thinking, what is going on? I literally turned to Shenin, bro. I turned to Shenin. I was like, bro, my USB's not loading. He's like, what do you mean? I'm panicking, thinking it's not working. Literally took it out, blew it, put it back in, and it worked. It was just, you know, them moments. Yeah, I was literally just
that's
panicking.
like, you know, when you had the DJ dreams when it goes wrong. Like, you ever had that? You know, like you can't mix or something, and that's like one of them.
Oh,
bro,
mate,
like,
I put one on Facebook one time. Where was I? I was at a festival in my dream. Obviously, I'm at a festival. They've called out on the mic. They need a DJ. I've gone to the stage, put my USB in, played the first track, but it played for like 30 seconds. It cut out, and then everyone started booing me.
Yeah, so Continental. You don't owe a lot to him, but you're thankful that he's taking you under your wing.
Honestly, that's my guy. Like, and he's just such a cool guy. Like, he'll just randomly message me like, "Oh, like, nice show the other day" or something like that. Or I'll never forget. Where was I? Done a show at Egg. Literally next day, he was like, "Oh, I heard you mashed it up last night." One of my guys from Brum was there. Like,
nice.
He didn't have to message me. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's a proper cool guy. Like, and again, he's mashing up the place, man. He's doing everywhere, like selling out all these raves, but he's just so humble. Like,
nice.
So relaxed, so chill. So they're the sort of people you want around you. You know, people that are winning but just remain humble. They're the best people to have, man.
Definitely. And the footage that's come from some of those bookings, like people, you know, like if you're ever trying to impress a promoter, need to, or you know, a promoter's watching, you know that.
Oh, mate, he gets me the best footage. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And again, GT's another. He loves production. He loves, like, if you're going to go to one of his shows, it's going to be a show. Do you know what I mean? You're going to get the smoke. He's like, yeah, the button's there. Use it if you want to use it. Like, everything, like, everything's there. So then he's got about 6 cameramen working. It's like the first couple of shows, I was booking someone to go and I was like, I don't even need this cameraman. This guy's got like 6 there already. Next day, he sends you like 20 videos. Like, he's proper, man. Like, sick. If you're going to work with someone and like, get inspiration from, because obviously I do events. I was
going to say, has that inspired you?
100%. 100%. Just in terms of the levels that him and Hitty go to in terms of like their shows and their productions, it's like, it's not about the cost. It's about the customers. It's about giving them the experience. And 99.9% of the time, everyone goes home just super gassed because it's like the show. Obviously, you're getting the DJs, you're getting the music, but then you're getting the show. And I feel like the Steppers events really work because we're all very different DJs. Like, he selects his DJs very well.
Yeah, definitely.
So they proper work.
Definitely. All right, another influence, and probably your biggest influence, honestly, right, is your father. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, man. R.I.P.
Yeah,
my dad. So
I'm sorry to hear that. So let's talk about the influence he had on you first, musically or along them lines.
Yeah, so obviously I grew up literally in music from birth. My dad was a sound man. He was part of a little team called System Sounds.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 of them. They were just like rare grooves, reggae, soul, all of that stuff. So they used to play like all the revival dances and stuff like that. Carnival, all them things there.
Wicked.
So when I grew up, it was just like he had his music room at the back, all the vinyls, all the tapes, everything, all these decks, Technics. So it was like, at first, I was playing with it DJ wise, but wasn't like, this is hard because obviously I'm mixing vinyls. I think this is way too hard for me.
What was that, like reggae?
Yeah, like reggae and stuff like that. But because he was on radio, he used to get, so all the emails I get now basically from him. So big him up, I'm still getting all the emails. Yeah, he used to be on Station FM, but he used to do like guest shows on like all the legal radios and stuff. So he used to get all the free promos, vinyls, CDs. It got to a point where like 2005, 6, he even started getting grime. So I was like, this is mental. I got Jamie's album for free. All these albums was coming through the post box. Like, yeah, so from then it was just like born in music, and then growing up, messing around on the decks and stuff like that. Then obviously asking for my own pair. Got me my own pair. I remember I had the little, you know, the Newmark box.
The
all-in-one thing. Got that. Was just messing around. But them times I was actually MCing. So what I was doing was just having sets at home and messing around with the decks and trying to just mix, but I was hanging the place up. But yeah, that was basically it. And then in terms of like influence, it was just, I just loved watching him work. And he's another one. I've still got loads of his sets now. They used to record everything. So I could sit down and listen and see what he's doing and seeing how he's working the crowd and how he's playing the music. Obviously, when I first started, I was playing multi-genre music. So it was I was basically just trying to copy what he'd done and work out what he does. He was a host as well at the same time. I was thinking, how's this guy hosting and DJing? How do I do that? It was just, yeah, man, it was sick. It was proper good, man, growing up. Me and my brother, big up Smiley, big up Nathan. That was like our little family thing. Them two were never that serious, but you know, obviously we're just trying to follow our dad and that. So we'll just be around my dad's, me and my cousin and that, just mixing.
So did you live with your dad for?
No, so I lived with my dad till I was about 11, 12. And then my mum and dad broke up, split up. Then obviously dad had his house and that's when he had all his music stuff. And he had his own separate room for that. But when we lived at home, yeah, he had his own room as well.
Did you go, but after though, did you go there and listen, like, and use his equipment?
Yeah, all the time. Literally, I used to go to his house like every weekend. Every weekend, like the routine was basically Saturday at dad's house, go out or whatnot, go shopping, then go back, and we're just literally in the back room doing music.
So was you really close to your dad?
Yeah,
nice,
really close.
Like best mates and that. So what age was you when your dad passed away?
I was 23. 2013 he passed away. Yeah.
2013. How did that affect you? Like,
you know, when you're 23, you feel like you're fine and you feel like, yeah, like, it's weird. So my dad passed away with cancer. So he told us like, probably like 2 years before or maybe a year before. But even then, when he first told me, it was like, this is my dad, like.
You thought he was invincible.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, nothing's gonna happen. Like, I'll never forget, me and my brother was sitting, we were sitting like at the bottom of the stairs. And it was so random because I remember I was asking to buy me a car like 5 minutes before. He's like, no, like we need to have a talk. I'll never forget, some girl was selling her smart car and I was really wanting the smart car. And I was like, Dad, like, get me, I didn't have a license or nothing. I was just being spoiled brat. I was like, Dad, like, can you get me this car? Like, He's like, no, we need to have a talk. Obviously, he's told me he's got cancer. But even then, me and my brother were just like, not that we didn't take it serious, but like, this is Dad. Like, nothing's going to happen to Dad. He's like, crazy sort of thing. Never really took it in. And then obviously, time went on. Obviously, started deteriorating and stuff like that. That's when it obviously started getting hard. And
of course,
like, yeah, man, it was, you feel like you're doing fine. Obviously, I'm 23. Them times I'm DJing, I'm playing football, I'm just out on the road, just being silly. Like, you're not really taking it in. You feel like you're fine. But then, yeah, it did hit me like towards the end, obviously, when he started deteriorating and I'm seeing it. And then, yeah, man, I was just angry at the world because you feel like, the first question you ask is like, why me? Like, what's happening? Why is this happening? Like,
I can imagine.
Like, it's just so, it wasn't quick, but it was quick within 2 years. Like, your dad's there and then he's gone. It's like, this is mad. Like, so I spent a lot of time like just being angry, not even realizing why. It was at the time. I look back now and I realize now, even my partner at the time, like, I had to apologize because like some days, I'll never forget like his birthday. subconsciously, I was just bare vexed. At the time, I didn't know why. And then, what was the Father's Day? I never forget one Father's Day. We had some big argument. I think, why am I so angry? At the time, I'm not clocking. I'm just bare angry and bare upset because obviously my dad's not here. And but yeah, looking back,
was that one of the first Father's Days you were on about?
Yeah,
after you passed.
First one. I was like, why am I so angry today? I was literally just on the edge, like ready to smoke anyone. Like it was just nuts.
Yeah, because me personally, my dad's still here, but we really close, and I can see that you and your dad was really close. So yeah, I can't imagine how it affects you at the beginning anyway. Yeah. So how proud do you think your dad would be now to see where you are now?
That's the thing. Like it gets me all the time because we was both doing music, and my dad was a guy that he come to the first few rises. He's one of them. He used to love it. He used to love watching me do it. And
he's a music man.
Yeah, he's a proper music man. He bailed me out. So my first show I ever done, was I was about 16, 17. Like, I'm in school playground. Some girls like, I'm at college or whatnot, and the girls like, oh, I need a DJ. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I've never DJ'd for anyone in my life. I didn't have no equipment myself. I've only had like the little box, like I said, and then bedroom speakers. Yeah. I took my bedroom speakers, the little box to the rave. Literally, I'm thinking, call my dad, like, Dad, why is the music so low? Like, He's like, what have you taken? I said, I've taken the big speakers from my bedroom. And he's like, are you stupid? Cuss me out. He's like, send me the address. Literally, within half an hour, he's come down, proper sound system, everything set up.
Real sound man.
Yeah, like real sound man. He's like, you're such an idiot. Like, cuss me out.
And then what, it was thumping off after that?
Thumping off, booted off. And that was literally the start of the journey. That was the first show I ever done. Big up my dad. Yeah, man, saved the day. But yeah, back to your question. Yeah, I think he'd be proper proud. Because like I said, he would definitely be in Rise trying to shake a leg now. He's one of them guys. He will be in there trying to shake a leg.
But can you imagine him like, let's rewind from that 16-year-old party to then his son playing like that show in Manchester. Like, imagine how you'd feel and how proud he'd be.
Yeah, my mum says it all the time. Like, your dad,
I can imagine.
Be buzzing.
Yeah, man. You should be proud of yourself, and you're making your dad proud and carrying on the music and the family. So keep it up, man. You mentioned Rise a couple of times there. That slips in nicely into the next subject. Let's talk about Rise. And does everyone know Jerome Six with Rise, or do some people not know it's you? Or
that's a very good question. I feel like some people don't sometimes. Like even the other day, it's just so basic. The other day, someone was like, "Are you going Rise? Can you get?"
Someone said that to you.
Yeah, I was like, "Can you get me guest list for Rise?"
That's an alright question. But the first one is, are you going to Rise?
I was like, babe, Rise is my event. But and then it makes me sound like I'm like, Rise is my event. But I was like, I thought she was joking. She was like, mate, I didn't know it was your event.
Did you give her a guest list?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
No chance. Yeah. But yeah, it's...
How many have you done? How many Rises has there been? Well, all right, no. When was your first one?
2016.
2016
in a little pub in Enfield called The Venue.
Okay. That
was the first one. It was sick though, man. We had about 300, 400 people there. It was like a little pub in Enfield. Originally it was supposed to be, so the year before it was supposed to be like an outdoor festival.
Okay.
So I lived in Brimsdown basically. I used to play football for Brimsdown Football Club. I'm really cool with all the owners or whatnot over there. And they had like a big sports bar. And then out the back, they had a big football pitch, but the football pitch like was sectioned off. So the plan was to do like a little mini festival. And that was supposed to be the first ever Rise. So then we organised all that, and then literally like 2 days before, the council shut it off. Obviously, didn't have all the right permissions. Obviously, I'm young, didn't know what I was doing. Didn't have all the right permissions. They shut us down. So we're scrambling now because we've sold like 300 tickets, and we're like, we can't let this go to waste. So we're just searching, me, Carlos, Gavin at the time, searching for venues. And then, we found the venue, literally called The Venue, little pub, just took it in there, and it worked. And then got a phone call from, big up Fem, the Days Boys. Yeah, they was like, yeah, man, your party looks good, you should bring it to 93, it's perfect for like Shoreditch, And then we went Shoreditch 2017, and then it just took off.
I love how them just little calls from someone just giving wouldn't call it a handout, but just giving a helping hand or a push in the right direction. The effects that can have.
Yeah, again.
And so much that happens behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You've probably done it yourself.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I hear a lot of people talk about negativity in the scene and politics and I feel like it's just how you train your mind and just try and be positive and see positive outlooks. Because like, again, I didn't know Fem from anywhere. Like, he's never met him in my life.
Yeah.
He just saw the party. He was doing a bit of work at 93 and was like, yeah, like, come work with us. And from then, I'm still working for Fem now.
Nice.
Do you know what I mean? That's how many years ago. He still books me for all his raves now, and we've got like a little friendship now. Like, do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I feel like the more positive you put out, it just comes straight back.
Of course.
It literally just comes straight back.
You know, like in the music game, just those little help outs with each other, or the odd call to this person and that person. It's mad how far that can go. I'll give you an example. Back in my grime days, I remember. Do you remember Younger Hunger from Nasty and Kids in the Hood?
No.
Used to be like one of Titch's younger. So I had Younger Hunger and I bring Dot Rotten. We done a set. Then them two linked up. Then Younger Hunger linked up Dot Rotten with Criminal. And then the rest was history, because then them two went on to them. You know, just them little, you do one thing and then it spirals onto other. And I'm sure you...
Criminal, because that's my guy.
You got Grim, man.
So cold.
But, you know, like, just how Fem made that call. I just like those little quick, the beginning of the first
Yeah,
move,
100%. Like. And like I said, it's like, them, like, it's so small, but the snowball effect is crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, from 93, I got 93. We done like 4 or 5 shows there. From there, XOYO come to us and was like, yeah, like what you're doing there, come here. I'm still working with XOYO now. So it's like the snowball's mad from that one phone call from Fem. It's just, it's crazy, man.
Do you know what? Someone put to my head just now, that I'm sure they used to both play at Rise and they was on Mode as well. Sanka?
Yep.
And Harry Lee.
Yeah.
Where are they?
Very good question. Nah, Sanka's still about. Sanka's my guy. I love Sanka, man.
He was sick though.
Yeah, Sanka. He's still,
producer,
he still makes beats and that, but he's just gone a different path. He's married now. He still makes beats. We still chat every now and then, but he's just not really, and he can't be out. Do you know what I mean? Doing the DJing all the time. But
what about the producing though? Is he?
Yeah, he's still making music.
And putting it out or sending it out.
He had a release, I think, 2023. He said he's gonna do more this year because he just got married, innit? So he was just settling down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we speak quite a bit. I spoke to him a few weeks ago. He said he's gonna do more this year. So
okay. And what about Harry Lee?
No idea.
No idea. Because he was doing well, then he just disappeared.
He was the GOAT. He was basically
he had Corolla playing his
he was he was another one. He was he's actually
talented as well.
Yeah, proper genius.
Graphics and all that.
Yeah, like he could just do everything. But his music was so like ahead of his time.
Yeah.
So much elements and different stuff in it. Where a time where people were just making really basic music, he was just gone clear. But
yeah, I'm not sure where he's gone.
No idea.
So let's stick with Rise. Like, it's a great party, good vibes. Like, that's what every time I've been to a Rise, it's always, and I'm not just saying it because you're here. It's always, I just feel like it's a positive party. Do you get what I'm saying by that? It's not like because you've got a sister brand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas with Rise, I feel like it's just good vibes, good energy. It's like, is it a day party?
Yeah, predominantly a day party. So we ventured into nights. Just last year, we done a couple nights. Actually, really good. I really enjoyed them. But again, my thing's always been the day parties, during the day, party vibes in the sun. That's why it was actually called Rise, because it started off as a Sunday, like, what do we do on Sundays? We rise, like, we get back up, we go again, sort of thing. That was the original thought behind it.
Nice.
Yeah, man, we've always just tried to put on just a good little party. Come shake a leg, hear some music, some different music. Again, the people that I run it with, we're like, so big up Carlos and Ty, we're like ravers, like maybe not so much now, but do you know what I mean? We was in every festival, hearing different music, listening to different DJs, like going, we used to go music on. Ty goes like every single festival in the world. So it's like, he was like, yeah, let's bring a bit of that to there and let's make sure we're playing a bit of that. And we just wanted to just bring in just a bit, some different sounds to London, different music. Not saying we're flipping,
no, I get it.
We're the best or anything, but it was just bring something different.
And what's 24 looking like for Rise?
Yes, we've got so we've got our normal schedule is 4 to 5 parties. We're going to cut down a little bit this year. We're just going to do 3 shows. We're just going to do opening, summer, Christmas. That's like our normal schedule. So yeah, we've got some nice things lined up. First one is 27th of April. That's a night party, Bowbridge. Going to be doing that. Then we're going to look at the summer and then Christmas.
See now, like Jerome Six is a brand now, I'd say, yeah? And you know, you're doing well. Does it now feel like Rise is like some sort of showcase, like a Jerome, like do you put yourself up the lineup, yeah?
So that's a good thing. So this is another thing that I've spoke to a few people about, and they're like, I've always put Rise first, and like,
yeah, I see that.
I don't care where I'm on the fly. It's like I want to get a nice special guest. We tried to bring like a European guest, give him something different. I've always tried to put that first and just bring fresh DJs in. But people are like, nah, like you need to push yourself more, and like you need to be more the face of the brand. I was just always in the background. I was just happy for Rise doing well. Like it's a good party, people really enjoying it. It's not about me, it's about the party, it's about the brand, building the brand. So it's, again, I don't really know where I'm at with that, because
it feels like it could be, not, I don't want to say like it's the Jerome Six show or anything like that, but it does feel like if you're only doing 3 parties a year and it's your party, it can be like, you know, a real big show.
This is literally the conversations I've had. I've been having this conversation with a few people like after the last couple of weeks, like, what are you doing this year? And you need to push it more towards Jerome and what you're doing and the music you're releasing, so it can coincide with that. So it's just, it's just something we're still thinking about.
All right, 1 to 3, promoting, DJing, producing. Put them in order, 1 being
right
the best.
Now?
Yeah. What do you enjoy the most, or just what is it to you?
That's a tough question, because they're all different, and I love them all. I've learned to love them all. That's a really tough question, you know. If I have to say right now, I'll probably say producing number 1.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
DJ number 2, and events number 3.
I thought you might have put producing second, maybe third. I thought DJ would be top of your list.
Yeah, I feel like, obviously I love DJing, don't get me wrong. It's a close list.
Pick, you know what I mean?
But I'm just really falling in love with just sitting down and just, so today, all I've done today was literally, I've just gone through like 1 million sounds. Like that's all I've done to set myself up for next week, basically. And that's just all part of the process. But I proper love it. It's literally just tapping next. I don't like this. Oh, I can use that. That's all I've done today. But I loved it.
I see the other day, I think you put it on Instagram as a story, and you was like, I'm doing Monday on Sunday. And use your head. I love that positive energy.
That's come from, do you know where that's come from? That's come from me not drinking.
You said
that is a big, and I'm not trying to be that guy.
How long's it been? I keep seeing your riders pop out, and it's all like.
So I've decided to do it in January.
You was doing it last year as well, though.
Yeah, so I always do after Carnival. I always drink heavy at Carnival, and then I do from Carnival. So end of August,
you have to pay homage to your father, and that, you get me. You have to do
100%. So from Carnival to Christmas, I won't have a drink until we normally have like a lads' Christmas dinner, like a week before Christmas. I won't drink till then I'll drink through Christmas. Then I'll have a break again. But this time, so I stopped in January, but then I went on holiday. I went to Egypt, so I drank then. That was for 10 days. Had a couple of drinks, but I've stopped again now from February. But yeah, it's mad beneficial, man. And I'm not trying to be that guy, but just waking up fresh on a Sunday. Yeah, man, waking up fresh on a Sunday, just getting so much stuff done.
Being productive on a Sunday is a banging feeling.
Yeah, so normally, obviously, my work process is Monday, sort out my media stuff, sort out my recorders, do all the live sets. Obviously, the week before I had 3 recorders out. It was like 21 sets. I'll do that on Monday, but I done it on Sunday. So now I'm in my head, I'm a day ahead.
Yeah, of course.
Monday now, got a free day.
Just while we're talking about Rise as well, make sure you check out Jerome's set on my YouTube. How banging is that set? The visuals and
honestly,
and the set. That's I message him every now and again. It pops up in my suggestions if I'm cleaning or whatever, and I have to message you every time it comes up because it was good, wasn't it?
I've actually got bookings from that set, so I owe you, mate.
You got Day Run as well because he's my second cameraman that day. So.
I've got bookings and we've sold tickets from that. We got some girls from Nottingham that said they saw it on YouTube.
Yeah,
so they had to come.
That video, it's sick, man. Just listening to it and watch it. If you look away and look back, you just catch the vibes every time. And
I'm so happy we recorded that.
Make sure you check that video out, man.
Recorded that.
Right, so you mentioned this, but no, I could see you kind of shut it down already. But I want to talk about it. So the whole DJs booking DJs / promoters booking DJs circle thing, is it a myth? Meaning a lot of the same DJs on the same lineups. Obviously not in certain parties you're playing up, but a lot of the London parties. And I wouldn't put Rise in that either, by the way, because your lineups actually change a lot or have different types of DJs on there. Do you believe it is a myth?
It's like one of the longest arguments ever in the house community. Like I said, when I go to IBIZA every single year, when you go to IBIZA, they basically have 50 DJs on rotation for every brand. So that gives the customer confidence. When you go there, you're gonna hear a certain sound of DJs. If you've got a brand and you're building a brand around a certain style of musical sound, you're gonna go for the DJs who you think the best to play in that music. So people saying that people just book their friends. None of us knew each other. I don't know Shenin from no one. I don't know Steven C. I don't know Majesty.
Yeah.
They book me because they like the music that I play.
Yeah.
I've never booked a DJ for them to book me. That's never ever worked for me. Like I said, when I first started Rise was a small party, so I couldn't guarantee them anything anyway. My thing has always been, I just want to be a good DJ that puts myself out there, and people are going to want to book me. That's always been the thing. And when I get in, I'm going to stay there, sort of thing. I'm not going to kiss ass to try and get anywhere, or I don't think none of us, like, you'll be surprised, a lot of us don't even talk like that. It's just business. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
For instance, Audio Hall, at Ministry of Sound, they have 4 rooms. They book like 25 DJs. You think they're all friends? No, it's just, these are the DJs I like. I feel like these DJs are going to work in that room. He's going to work there and they're going to work there. I feel like it's a really lazy argument. People might say, oh, it's easy for you to say because obviously I play for these parties. But 10 years ago, I didn't know anyone. I was just a guy from Enfield who, I was on the roads handing out 3,000 CDs. Shenin got one, Stephen got one, they heard it, and I didn't know Fem. I could name like all the promoters I work with, I didn't know. Only one I could probably say that, like, I could have nudged to give me a booking was probably Hot Stepper, because he knew a lot of people that I knew. He knew my cousin at the time that was working for him, and that he's basically a North London DJ. He's the only one I can say, do you know what? He actually booked me, and I actually like pulled his arm a bit for him to book me. And maybe Casper, because I've known Casper. Remember, I have a word Casper. I've known Casper for years, and he knows my family, and he still didn't book me.
Still didn't book you?
No, but they're the only people I can say like I knew as promoters, and I actually like put me on the lineup. Do you know what I mean? But anyone else, it's been through hard work.
All right. Well, what about, has anyone? You don't have to. I don't want names. Has anyone booked you, and you know they're trying to get booked on your rave as well, or kind of hinted towards?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
So then it might not be you then. So that might be the formula for certain people.
Yeah. It definitely works. It definitely does work within the scene. Some people. That's how some people run their brands, and that's how some people earn their bookings. Oh yeah, like booking swaps. People do booking swaps. They don't even get paid. They just swap.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I've never done that. I've never booked. I always, especially for Rise, like I said, I always put Rise first. I always try to put the DJs on that I feel like. So when I do the set times, I look at the set times, I'm thinking, I need someone to play 4 till 5. So that's how I sort of do my lineups. Nice. I need a 4 to 5 DJ who's gonna give me a nice set at that time. I never look at, oh, this guy's got that party, let me book him so he can book me. But yeah, it definitely doesn't happen. I get it all the time. What, next Rise, yeah? Like literally, like, so you do the set, they send you the money. Oh yeah, I just sent you the money. What, next Rise, yeah? Literally straight out. It's like, fair, no. And
what would you say?
I'd say Carlos does that.
See,
mate, Carlos has been.
They know now. Anyway,
Carlos has been doing the line. Carlos still does the lineups. I have nothing to do with lineups. I can't put you on.
I ain't got guest list access. Nothing.
No guest list. I am just the face of it. Them lot do all the work.
So was there a moment when you realised you was within that circle though, in terms of the circle of brands, main brands in London underground scene? Because you play on all of them. Was there a moment where you was like, yeah, I'm actually in there? Honestly.
I feel,
because there was a moment where you wasn't playing for them, and then there was a moment when you started circulating.
It was a thing where, obviously, when you first got in, again, when I first got into Ministry and Lightbox, I'm playing in like room 4. Obviously, I'm happy, but I don't want to be in room 4. I want to be in the main room. So it's like, I'm not in there yet. They've just invited me along for this one show. And at the time as well, like you do one, except for Shenin, everyone else is like, you do one and you don't play again for like another 6 months and you do another one. So it's like, never really feel in there. Until like 2019 was like, okay, cool, I'm on this one and I'm on this one and I'm on this one. And then obviously you build up relationships with people. And obviously Rise is growing, I'm growing. So it makes sense for me to be on that party. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've never felt to myself like, yeah, I'm in, because it can all, there's many DJs before me that get in there, lose their head, and then just fall off a cliff. So it's like, I don't really think like that. I just think, as long as I'm just being me in it, my job is to go provide good music. If the the promoter likes it and wants me back, then they'll have me back. It's not like
it's a good attitude.
They don't have to have me back. They could stop calling me.
Right, so I'm gonna name some of these brands that you played for, and I just want you to talk about either how it came about or just the experience of it, or what you think about them sort of parties and what it means to you. First one I'm gonna name is one you've played once, because there hasn't been many. Más Tiempo. How did that one come about?
So that was, again, that's just mad energies. So that was actually on my birthday. So what happened was, gone out for my birthday, and then it was a secret pop-up party for Más Tiempo.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know a few of them. Big up Jamming, and then Vanessa was working there. And they was like, make sure you bring your stuff because you're going to play later or something. And I was like, I was just doing a million things on my birthday, as you do, going to see family, whatnot, then going out for dinner. Then me being me, left my stuff at home. Left all my stuff at home. I'm thinking, this guy is such an idiot. This guy's like, right, you're coming on, you're doing 2 to 3. I'm like,
peak time, right?
Like, nice time. I'm like, my days. These times I've got nothing on me. So
is this why you was at the venue?
Huh?
While you was at the venue?
Yeah. So I've got to the venue now. It's like, there, like, we've got the set for you. Like, you ready? Like, you're gonna go on at this time. I'm like, obviously these times my birthday, I've been drinking, I'm waved. I'm thinking, my days. Luckily, Shenin, big up Shenin, he's got a spare key to my house. We're neighbours, innit? I said, Shenin, mate, you need to go to my house. This is like 2 o'clock in the morning. So you need to go to my house, get my stuff, bring it, because I'm going on basically. And big up Shenin, he actually done it, brought my stuff down. Then we went on.
Lovely.
But then obviously ended up missing the 2 set. We ended up closing. So I think we done like 4 till 5, but it was sick. And even from then, that's what I mean, like just opportunities pop up from then. I met just a really cool guy that happened to be at the party. He's like a manager, but he's giving me a few shows just from that literal 1 set. So it's like, it's mad.
Wicked, man. Love Juice?
So yeah, I've known Sammy and George for a long time, innit? Obviously, I've been a Love Juice raver. We used to go We Are Festival. That was like our thing back in the day when we was younger. We Are Festival, Love Juice tent. And I actually played for them in 2019. Me and Hitty went back to back at We Are Festival. Yeah, not a lot of people know that. Sets on SoundCloud though. We went back to back 2019. It was a good little set. And then never played for them again until this year. Just got the call up.
Nice.
It was like, I spoke to George at Ministry. He was just like, I like what you're doing. Like, keep it up. And then I never forget. Someone said to me, I can't remember who it was. Someone said to me, I feel like they're going to thing, you should be playing for Love Juice. I feel like you should be playing for Love Juice. And I was like, why? It was just like quite a random shout, innit? Do you know what I mean? Because I hadn't played for them in like 3-4 years. Someone was like, I just feel like you should play them, man. I think you like the music you're playing now and the music that they're playing, they're gone a bit darker, so it could work, sort of thing. And then literally within like 3 weeks, I got like an email. It was like, do you want to come play? I know we want you to come play. I was like, it's just mad how energies work. Literally 2 weeks before, someone was like, I think you should
got that
play.
person who spoke it into existence.
Literally. Really enjoy Love Juice, to be fair. Again, where I back myself as a DJ, and I feel like I can just, I collect so much music and like listen to so much house music. So it's like, if you put me in a room, I feel like I can just, I can do a decent job. Yeah. So like when I go to Love Juice, it's like totally different crowd, totally different vibe, but it's like, they just have it in there. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you just throw your sounds down and they just love it, but it's just different because you meet so much new people, different people. And like a lot of people don't know who I am in the Love Juice scene. So it's like when I go there and I come off stage, you're like, like, Robert, you're sick, sort of thing. And you just meet new people and it's good, man.
And then originals?
That was crazy, man. One of the best shows that was that.
That was a good vibe. Yeah, that was good.
So from that, 2022, I done the opening set, 12 to 1. And I remember,
at the one
that got locked off. Yeah, so imagine, I'll never forget, everyone was like, bruv, why are you doing 12 to 1? Like,
I think I caught your set though.
You're better than that. I was like, I hear that, but someone has to do it.
And you don't say no as well, bro.
Yeah, like someone has to do it. Like, I get it, but again, it's the first time me working with these lot. They've shown me love by calling me and, do you know what I mean? They said, look, we appreciate what you're doing. We want you to come and play for us. Again, I don't know any of them. They've just, do you know what I mean? I'm I'm going to appreciate this. I'm going to go there. And my thing is, like, it can be in front of no one. It can be in front of 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. I'm a DJ. I'm going to go there and I'm going to DJ. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm
course.
going to perform the best I can perform.
Of course.
And I actually recorded and filmed that set. And the set ended up being really good. And that's the set that GT listened to. That was like,
There you go.
I need to bring you to Steppers.
That's a lesson for you there,
literally.
DJs.
And there's so much people that were like, nah, man, like, you shouldn't have that. And then, obviously, from that, them lot was just like, bruv, like, didn't hear a whisper out of you, just come there, perform, done your thing, like, The next year, wanted us back, and they said, yeah, we're going to put you on, like, we're going to give you a good time. I was like, don't feel like because I done that, you have to. Well, obviously, like, no, there was like, you deserve it now, because obviously you're doing what you're doing, you've grown a lot, and so yeah, me and Shenin went back to back, we smashed it.
You like you enjoyed yourself for that one.
Mate, we smashed it, I can't lie, like, that was one of the best sets of the summer, like, that, because it's, obviously, when you're at a festival and you're we are the second stage, let's be honest. Obviously, it's more of an Amara crowd because it's an Amara festival, but you could just literally see people floating in, floating in. I'm thinking, what's going on here? And like, this, like, it got to the point where people couldn't get in.
Yeah,
it was mad. I was thinking,
yeah, the vibe started there before it started on the main stage.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. And then I played the J Hus edit, and everyone went mad. I was like, rah, like, got a wheel up, but no money pull up. Big up AR, because he didn't give me no money.
No.
Owes me a tenner.
Yeah. More recently, Buena Vida.
That again. So me and Jack, it's weird. Me and Jack have like, again, I do Buena Vida, I do their recordings. So I'm always there. And he's always said, oh, like, yeah, we'll get you on one. We always have that chat, because I've known Jack for years. But it's just never materialised, sort of thing. And then I remember I spoke to him last year, and he's like, no, next year we have to get something on. Let's work something out. Let's do it. And then, yeah, I was actually at the airport guy in Egypt. He's giving me a call like, yeah, it's time. Let's do the next one. Again, it was just sick because it's totally different. Even a lot of people, of my people, was like, rah, Buena Vida, like, what are you going to play there? Because they play sort of different. It's more like minimal deep tech there. What, have you got that in the lockers? People were doubting me, sort of thing. So I was like, to go there, it's good to test yourself, innit? Gone there, I prepared mad for my sets.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Fully prepared. I'm like, whatever route it goes down, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So I went there, it's really good, proper good. So again, come off, people just like, yeah, man, really good set, enjoyed it. Jack was happy. Yeah, really good.
Sidewinder?
Love, mate. That is like,
obviously that means a lot to people like me and you, innit? Sidewinder.
Yeah, honestly.
From what we grew up on.
When I first got the email, I thought it was a joke because I grew up on Sidewinder.
You've had a few jokes last year, haven't you? That you thought
honestly,
was a joke.
Again, I'm so humble, and like sometimes I have to pitch myself like, right, is this actually
the
happening?
Email, like,
yeah,
it's like a spam email.
There's two things that I will talk about later, but it's like, nah, this is real. Like, so yeah, when Sidewinder come through, I was like, is this serious? And then yeah, buzzing, man, because it's like a lot of it was headlining was so solid. Harvey and that the first one I done Sidewinder a couple of years before this one, and it was just like all them on it. I was literally like starstruck. Obviously, I've gone through the green room, gone backstage, and like they're all standing there performing. I'm like, this is crazy. Like and it's in Manchester, so it's like I'm driving up to Manchester with my boys to go perform at Sidewinder. We all used to listen to So Solid Crew there.
Yeah.
Like, open the door and they're just all like standing there. It was nuts, man. I can't lie to you. It was nuts. So good.
Nice,
so
man.
Good.
Yeah, it must have meant a lot to you, man.
Yeah,
playing at Sidewinder.
Yeah, I grew up on grime and that's my first love. Like, I've got some stuff to send you actually. I've got so much old school grime.
Yeah.
And Sidewinder sets and stuff like that. So it was sick, man.
Yeah, it's, you know, like when some things just mean a bit more.
Yeah.
Like there's just Sidewinder has a place in our childhood and our young adolescence, you know what I mean? So that must have meant a lot to you, man. Obviously we spoke about Steppers Assemble, that we've covered that. One Dance.
That One Dance is like my first love, I'll be honest, because it's like it's the first festival I ever played at. So that, you know, obviously your first one, that was 2017, I think I played. I literally brought everyone, all my boys come. So it was like 15, 20 of us there. I think I played like 5 to 6, but it was ran, and I was like, this is the life. Like, I've made it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
What year was that?
That was 2017. I think it was the first one ever done. It was good, man. They had like the proper big tent that time.
Yeah.
And it was like peak of like, you still had a lot of the 2012 ravers still out, so all them was coming. But then you had the new generation coming, and all my boys were there. It was big up Shenin, big up
stand-up
Garage
moment
Nation,
for 2017
big up
for you,
James. Yeah, that was anytime I get the call for one dance, I'm there. Like, that's like number one.
Audio Horn, Siesta, we put them together.
Yeah, again, so that's just been a big journey for me. Again, I started in room 4. It's like worked my way up room 3, room 2, room 1, and basically now I'm on like every single one. So big up Stephen, big up Madge, like proper appreciate it. Again, it's like they don't book me to be like, yeah, put me on your one. They just they like what I'm doing, and they just want to put me on.
So you must have built a good business relationship.
Yeah, me. Stephen gets on my nerves because he's an Arsenal fan, but big up Stephen. He just does what I do when it comes to football. But yeah, we're cool, man. We speak quite a lot as well. Like, obviously, I'm a guy. I'm never ashamed to ask for help or ask for opinions. Or them lot have been here longer and have done so much. So I can pick up the phone to Stephen. I'll be like, oh, I need some advice on this, and he'll help me out. Like,
good.
Stephen's proper cool, man.
Yeah, good peoples, man. House of Silk.
Yeah. Again, I've been doing that for years now, man. Love House of Silk. I do the recordings for S as well, so we've just built up a good relationship for him there. Do you know when you really like find out about people and like speak to people? When I get to shows really early, when I'm doing the recording to set up and stuff, like me and S have sort of bonded through that. We'll have a nice chat. We spoke about some bigger things and stuff like that. Yeah.
So, who do you like look up to in the scene in terms of like promoters or like people that are a bit older than you? Do you have any people? Like obviously you said you turn to Stephen C in certain situations. I know you send your music to Renzo, Hitty. Obviously you got Shen.
I have a lot of respect as a promoter. I have a lot of respect for Stephen and Madge, Shenin, and S as promoters. From our scene, because I just like the politics and what they've had to go through and what I've had to go through. I've seen it. So for them to carry on and do it for so long is just like, even the other day at Out-N-It here, it's like one of the best venues ever.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I haven't been there. It looks amazing.
Bruv, you need to go, honestly. As a raver, or even if you're working there, it's proper good. So like, we're in the green room and I'm just like, the rave sold out. And I'm like, bro, this is actually amazing. Like, I proper can appreciate it because it's like, we're just like boys from the hood. Do you know what I mean? And selling out these mad venues, and House of Silk was a proper good show. So I'm like, like, you need to just, because I get it as like artists and workers and stuff. Sometimes you don't really give yourself that pat on the back. It's just work, innit? You're just going to work, you're just doing it, and you're doing it again. But I was like, nah, this is actually cold. Like, the night was sick, the venue was sick, the sets were sick. Like, it's a proper good night. So them three there, and Shenin's like one of the most hardworking guys ever, bro. I mean, this guy doesn't sleep. All he does is work, and just non-stop work, and just putting on good parties. And the thing with Shenin, like, he's just such a cool guy. He's always willing to help someone.
Of course,
like,
really nice guy.
So he's another one. I pick up the phone, call him, get advice, get help. So them three there, yeah, man, they've been doing it for so long and been so consistent.
Yeah.
Gotta respect them. Big them
Definitely.
Up.
Well, yeah, talking about Shenin, so my next one was actually to talk about Asylum along with House Passion. Like, I know next week's the 10-year party, right? Yep. Like, how, as a someone who's been in the music game, someone who runs parties, how much is a big achievement to be able to stay that relevant for 10 years?
Bro, this is massive. As a DJ, I've done so many events that have basically been like, they do 1 or 2 shows and they disappear because they'll have a bad night and they'll just quit, or they won't get the numbers, or they'll lose a bit of money and they quit. And to go through 10 years of stress is like, because a lot of promoting is stress. Like, I got to big him up. Like, yeah, man, big up Shen every time. Because I know he's gone through hell and back, but he must enjoy it. You do, when you put on a good show, there's nothing better than putting on a good show, especially when you're a DJ. So like, when you do your own show and then it's time for your set and you look down and everyone's there and you've brought everyone together, it's a special feeling. That's why you do it. Like, obviously it's a business, you do want to make money or whatnot, but the feeling you get from putting on a good night and seeing everyone happy, and then you set a stage, bringing the vibe as well, it's mad. It's mad.
And how important is it to have a good team with you as well?
100%. It's so easy to like lose your way in different aspects. You can, like, in terms of DJ, going out, partying, drinking, you can go left in terms of just someone there to just keep your feet on the ground in terms of like when you're doing really well, when you're doing promoting in events, everyone needs a bit of help. Like sometimes before a show, like again, when I'm recording for Shenin, we're there early, like he's a bit stressed, like we'll just have a chat, just little things like that, just having people around you. Sometimes like you're not thinking straight, you just need a little bit of advice, something you might even be thinking, but you just need that second voice just to reassure you. Definitely need people around you, good people around you. That's why I feel like the scene right now is in such a good place, because I feel like everyone's helping and pushing each other and pulling each other. Like, big up Jada, she's doing her music now. Like, I've sent her just like little things, like she's learning to produce. I just sent her a few videos and little things. Like, if I see something that I feel, oh, that might help her, I'll just send it to her.
Nice.
Same thing, Hitty. If we speak us out something and he's, Six might need it, he'll just send it to me. Just little things like that. But just imagine if 5 of us are doing that and then another 5 of us are doing that. Then it's just going to be loads of us helping. It's just going to be mad.
Yeah, she actually, on her podcast, she said you changed her outlook on DJing. She hadn't seen someone mixing like the way you do before.
Did she say that?
Yeah.
Pick up
I thought you watched it.
I did. I actually did watch it. I missed that bit.
Hey, we caught him out there.
I swear down.
Clicked through it.
I watched it. I must have just skipped through that bit.
Yeah, no, she bigged you up on it.
Oh, big up Jada.
She said, I think you went back to back. And she was like, oh, so there's a different style of mixing. I don't know what mixing she'd seen before, but yeah.
I'm the best, obviously.
She bigged you up, yeah. Just want to talk about a couple places, like different. Do you notice a difference playing in Manchester, Birmingham compared to London?
100%. Not gonna lie, sorry London, but Manchester's like the best.
Yeah.
Manchester's crazy because like they're just on it. They're just
on what?
They're just on raving hard. Like they're just And I thought it was just a steppers thing, but I think I done Manchester 6 times last year.
Nice.
And like, they're just on it. I done like a little.
I think I see what you see. You said you could move to Manchester.
Yeah, honestly.
You wrote that somewhere.
On it, like it's my second home. It's amazing.
It's Man United.
Yeah, that as well. Man United, but the parties, the people, I get a lot of love down there, and it's not just me. Like when you go down there, I feel like everyone's just more embracing. The parties are just the vibes. I don't want to say not everyone's not on their phone, but the vibes are just sick. Like, I done big up Sunday service. It's like a brunch into a party thing.
Okay, I saw you.
Yeah, I feel like in London, them things are really sit downish, and it's like. You don't get the party vibe at all. When I went to Manny, it was like they were just on it. Like I was thinking, well, like how hard can I push the waters with the sounds of the music and what are they gonna have? But they were just having it, like rocking out. Then after, there's like, after party, let's go. I actually went to bed. I was knackered. But like, the vibe in Manny is really good, man. And even Birmingham now, they're I feel like this year is going to be really big for them. They're redeveloping like Digbeth. They've got a few new venues. I was there last week. They're building. Apparently, they're building.
What's that? Where the warehouse, Birmingham warehouse, was in Rainbow. And
so there's like
they used to be sick, them venues.
Me and Kai went last year, and there was loads of work getting done, and I feel like they're finishing it up this year.
Wicked.
I think they're building, what's the thing called? Box Park. They're gonna have a box park there. They've got XOYO there now. They've got a nice little banquet suite there. So I played in some nice outdoor. It's like a massive car park venue out there. Got licensed till like 12 o'clock at night. So it's like if they get these venues popping, they got Lab 11 there as well already. If they build it up properly, man, I think it'll be even better.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Sounds like the infrastructure's getting built there. Let's talk about IBIZA. You obviously spoke about playing at high. How was that whole experience?
Like the best thing in my life ever. Honestly, it's crazy. Like, so again, what happened? This was like May, June. We got like, we might be going to IBIZA. We might have a set for you, sort of thing. Big up JP. You know JP? Yeah, you know JP.
Yeah, of course.
He was like, you put a picture up the other day, innit?
Yeah. Him and Jamal, RIP Jamal Edwards.
We're gonna have RIP. We're gonna have a I've got a set for you, sort of thing. This is in like June. Obviously, we're going to play in September. That's back of our minds now. We've got the whole summer to get through. And it gets to like August, and it's like, send me your dates so we can sort it out and make sure that it works. And then it come through, and then. he didn't tell us where it was. He's like, yeah, I've got you this set. This is the date. I'm going to send me your email. I'm going to send you all the details, or they're going to send you all the details of set times, drink riders, tech riders, payments, everything. So
he's another one though. He's so humble. Like,
mate, honestly, I got the email. Yeah, I took out my phone. It said, they said, Jerome Six, hi, IBIZA. I'm thinking, bro, what? What?
Another one.
Like,
it's another scam, man.
My life is just a bunch of scams. You know, honestly, I swear to God. So I'm thinking, hi, IBIZA. And I had my name on it. I called Shenin. I was like, Shenin, did you just get that email? He's like, bro, I didn't have a clue either. Shenin didn't know that we was going to go and play in High. I was like, this is mental. Obviously, yeah, it was amazing, man. And then even it was a story on the way there. So imagine, got to the airport. We're playing 3 till 5. We're closing, but we're going to IBIZA at like 8 at night. So it's not tight, but it's tight. We're gonna get there at like 10 or whatnot. Imagine we get there now. The captain's not there. The captain's not on the plane, basically.
What?
Yeah. And it's like the last flight to IBIZA that night. So I'm thinking, you're lying.
No way.
I'm going to miss my flight and I'm going to play at High. I'm panicked. Shenin's there. Shenin's buzzing. I'm literally sweating.
Oh, Shen's already there.
Yeah, Shenin went, got the flight before me. I'm thinking, now I'm sweating now. I'm just like, guys, just relax, because there's nothing you can do. Like, if he comes, he comes. If you don't, he don't. Then they say on the tannoy, like, yeah, he's coming, but he's late. I'm like, oh, what kind of foolishness is this? The guy was an hour late, so I'm just there panicking, sweating. But yeah, he got us there. Yeah, man, it was amazing, man. Like, the whole experience, got there, walked through, like, opened the door. First person I see was flipping Salado. It was just like, it just made me realize, like, everyone's human. I know it sounds silly, you know, that cliche, but everyone's human. Everyone's here just enjoying it. Like, we open the door, just, oh, hi lads, sort of thing. It was just like normal chat. Like, the nerves went. It was like, yeah, man. Like, then we saw Seth Combo and Hitty. Obviously, they're from the ends.
Yeah, of course.
They're in there smashing it up. We're thinking, well, next. It was just like, we're made for this. Let's go and do it now.
Yeah,
party.
well done. Yeah. Did you feel like you'd entered another level up there? Like, not in terms of you, but you just stepped into a bit of a different world in terms of DJing and house music.
100%. Because in there, like, no one knew who he was, but it was just a room full of people just enjoying the vibe, enjoying the music. Like, I think, remember, this is Martinez night. So Martinez are on at the same time as us. Like, some people didn't leave our room for the 2 hours. I met some people I still speak to now. There's about 15 to 20 people that was in that room for the whole night. They waited for us to finish. And like, we had another 2 shows out there because Shenin brought his brand out there. They come to that. They found out where it was like, it become like a little community. Like, where we going tonight, guys, sort of thing. Like, we made proper good friends now. It was just nuts. And then walking down the street the next day, like, I'm going to get breakfast. Someone's like, oh, you're the DJ from last night. I was gassed. Buzzing. I was like, I've made it. It's like, I might just move here.
Yeah.
It was proper good.
Would you do that? Would you do a summer out night before, or what's the plans?
I would love to. I would actually love to. So that was the plan before I bought my flat. Everyone was like, you might as well just like take a year out. The money's not going to go anywhere. Just go IBIZA. And I was actually going to do it, but then lockdown happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was literally going to go IBIZA. I was going to do 3 months there, just see what happened. Didn't work out.
But then you got on the buttons.
Yeah, and then I got on the buttons.
So it was meant to be. Yeah, so you mentioned JP there, so I'm guessing that's how the Complex mix came around as well, yeah? So that was a good look for you to be associated with a big brand like that.
Yeah, man. Big up JP. That was around the same time as that my release was coming out with Max Chapman on Renaissance. So he was like, yeah, it'd be good to get a mix on. You can obviously coincide it together, push it out, get some tracks on there. So yeah, we worked on that. That was relatively quick. Proper enjoyed that though, man, because I hadn't done and again, it's just timing. I hadn't done a studio mix. I recorded my live mixes. To be honest, I was being a bit lazy. I didn't do a studio mix for ages, but I kept saying to myself, I need to do one. And again, like I say, energies and timing. He shouted at me and was like, it'd be good to do it. And I was like, this is perfect, because now I can showcase a bit of the music I'm making, plus the music I'm more playing now. And it was just like it was just timing, so it was just perfect. And it just worked nice, man. It went down well. Got a lot of love from that. And that actually is kind of what's, I don't want to say secured because we spoke before, but the Buena set, Because the Bueno Boys heard that and it was like, yeah, bro, this is really good. Like, this is a bit of us.
You just never know where that mix is going to end up.
Yeah, that's the thing with music. Music is just crazy, man. Like, the reach and the spread on music is just nuts.
But even like, you know, you might have a mixer and it might have, I don't know, 500 plays or 1,000 plays. It just takes that one of those plays to be in the right place and the right ears that could then project you into a different direction.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. And that's remember you said about the lesson about just taking every set seriously. Never like get above yourself and be like, oh, like I don't want to do this set, or this set's early time, or like. Especially for me, someone who records all of their sets, and 9 times out of 10 I put them all up. Like I'm going there to do the job, and I'm gonna perform the best I can, and I'm gonna play to the time that I'm booked for, sort of thing, and to showcase that I can actually do different sets and work with different things. And again, that's got me quite a lot of bookings, man, just from doing live recordings.
Nice, man. Yeah, so with the live recordings, let's talk about Six Media. So it is one of your businesses now. So for people that don't know what Six Media is.
Yeah, so what it is, it's just so live events. I record all the DJ sets, live audio, so you get like the professional waveform audio, plus you get the ambience from the crowd, which is obviously a nice mix. It showcases, like, so for House of Silk, for instance, he has the horns and the whistles and stuff that. Yeah. It really, you can get a feel for the event. You can hear the crowd going crazy and the people singing along. When I do like the more Amapiano raves and slower raves, like with the lyrics and stuff, all the ladies singing and you pick that up and it just sounds good, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been doing that. I've been recording for myself literally since like 2011. I think it was my dad that actually told me to get a recorder. And then I wanted to do it just to listen back to myself, because you know everyone thinks you're the best DJ until you get home. Then you listen to it and I was like, nah, that was dead. I've done that a few times. And then I just started doing it for myself. And then I've done it for Hot Stepper for a bit, and then someone heard it and was like, oh, who done this? He sent me to that person. Then I started doing Shenin's. Then S heard from Shenin. I've done a few audio halls. But yeah, it's going well. I've got about 30 clients now.
Wow.
Yeah, I do Garage Nation, do Steppers, Hitty X. I done The Dungeon on Saturday. Yeah, man, it's going well. It's going
Wicked,
well.
man.
So if anyone wants your rave recorded, shout me, Six Media.
Also, recently you went on a solo trip to Egypt. How was that?
It was amazing until I almost got eaten by a shark.
I swear?
I swear down.
Go on, elaborate.
So, but I can swim in it, but I'm not a great swimmer. But no,
that's a classic saying.
No, I can actually swim in it, like swim now. So, gone on this little Red Sea cruise. Obviously, I've not done my research. Apparently, the Red Sea is mental. Like, you shouldn't be swimming in there. But
what? Like, you jumped off a boat into the Red Sea?
Jumped off a boat into the Red Sea, swimming there, and then some woman shouts, "There's a shark!" I'm thinking, nah, this woman's gassing.
And you're on your own as well, isn't it?
I'm thinking we're in the middle of. There's about 20 of us, but
you're not with none of your.
No, I'm not. I'm on my own.
Yeah.
This woman shouts, "There's a shark!" I'm thinking, nah, this woman's gassing. Obviously, you got that snorkeling thing on. I've looked down, bruv, there's a shark there. I'm thinking, oh my days, bro. So then the guy, because obviously the instructors, there's 4 of them. So like, they try to keep you in little groups. So one instructor's there, one there, one there. The guy in front of me was like, oh, don't panic. No, but just the way he said it, he was like, obviously his job is to tell us not to panic.
Yeah, cool.
But he's just like, oh, don't panic, guys. Don't panic, guys. But everyone's like, brother, it's a shark. How are we not supposed to panic? Like, he's like, no, it'll just swim right past. It's like, don't panic. But to be fair, everyone just stayed quiet for like 2 minutes and it swam right past. But mate, But
after, that's a wicked experience though.
Yeah, no, it's a great story to tell the kids now. It's a great story. But at the time, I was thinking I might not be able to tell it. It was not, and I was thinking no one's gonna believe me.
Like, genuinely scared.
Like, no one moved for about 5 minutes after the shark went, because it's like, everyone was just like, what do we do now?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It was nuts. It was nuts.
But then, that's what they say. You're meant to just relax though.
Yeah, it literally, because the water was so deep, but it was directly under my feet. So it was about 50. It was about 50 feet below me. So it was far away, but it was.
What, you could see that far down?
50 feet. That's exaggeration. Maybe about 30. It was about
50 is quite deep.
It was about 30 feet below me. It was like
big one as well.
Yeah, it was about. Same time as that sofa. So it was,
That's mad.
yeah, it was mad. When I got out of the water, I was like, but, and the thing is, I don't even know why I jumped in the sea. Because the maddest
Holiday
thing,
spirit.
yeah, the maddest thing is, so we done 4 stops, but it was, the first stop was at like 8 in the morning. So, you know, the sun's not up, so it wasn't too hot. So I thought, you know, I'm not going to do this one. Then I got to the second one. Then I was talking to some woman. So I was like, I'll do the next one. So I waited till the next one. But if I had jumped on the first one, I would have missed that whole shark. So I should have just went in and stopped being an idiot. But yeah, it's what it is. We live to tell the tale.
Yeah.
So
yeah, how was the solo trip for you? Was it nice? Nice
really good,
experience?
man. Really,
mentally and stuff?
Yeah, I recommend it to everyone. Like, I've done a few, just like quick ones, like 2-3 days. They're like really good for just relaxing, just doing what you want to do. I had a plan of like, I wanted to chill out a lot. I wanted to make a little bit
You
of
forgot something though, didn't you?
Yeah, I forgot the wire for my keyboard. I was fuming. I wanted to make a little bit of music in the sunshine and then do like the tourist stuff, see the pyramids. Got everything done except for the making the music part. But it was like, yeah, really relaxing. I recommend it highly.
Came back refreshed.
Yeah. I went for 10 days, but it's mad. But I like the 6th day, I was like, I need to work now. I need to do something. I need to do something. But it's like, I forced myself not to. So when I got back, I was just on it, like, come back fresh, ready, in studio, bam, bam, bam. It was good, man.
Nice.
Sorry, big up IBIZA as well, because he was like my tour guide out there. Didn't actually get to meet him, but it's his country, and he was showing me everything, showing me what app to use.
Ubers
like and stuff, everything.
Because I went out there the week after and he sent me that.
Did it?
Actually. Yeah,
I
went out the Sunday. I think you got back the Friday or the Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, I went out the Sunday with my kids. Yeah.
Crazy.
But he sent me the delivery app thing.
Yeah.
I didn't use it. What area did you grow up in? Is it Enfield?
Enfield.
Okay. So what was that like growing up around them ways?
Do you know what I always say to my mum and dad, like, I'm so happy we moved out. So originally I was from Edmonton.
Okay.
And we just moved up further down the road to Enfield. But obviously it put me in contact with a good solid set of friends.
Okay.
So like the guys I do Rise with now, Carlos, Gavin, they're like my brothers, like grew up together. But our thing back in the day was just like, we was never troublesome kids. Just, we was either doing music, trying to MC, or trying to play football. That was our thing. We were just all close. And I feel like that really helped me, like, in terms of music wise. So basically every Sunday we used to do like Garrett Grime sets at my house. That was like religious, just grime every Sunday, just doing music. Yeah, man. So childhood around Enfield was decent.
So like, because is there bad areas in Enfield?
Now there is, not so much then. When I first moved there, it was like everyone from like Tottenham Wood Green, Edmonton was getting out of them areas trying to go to Enfield. Okay. So it was like early stages. It was quite fresh, quite new. Like, yeah. Now it's probably worse now, but at the time it was just relax, man. Just went to a good school, big up Enfield Grammar. Just had a good grounding in Enfield because it was just literally just no trouble. To be honest, all we wanted to do, we was ravers, innit? Just like.
But even let's go back to your like teenage years. So you would say the distraction of football and music kept you away from any trouble.
Yeah. 100%, like,
because I do know obviously down the road there's some rough areas. From there.
And I feel like it kind of, it's weird because we used to go everywhere. We used to go to every single rave you can think of, all the Stratford Rex, all them dangerous raves. We just used to go there, but we didn't even, because I don't think in our mind we didn't think about all the trouble and the beef and all of that. We didn't.
Your mentality wasn't. Like that.
Our mentality wasn't there. We were just going there to obviously draw girls, have fun, and that was just it. We didn't think anything like that, and I feel like a lot of people respected that. It was just like, yeah, these guys are just the Enfield guys. They just let them crack on. Like, we never had trouble with no one. We could go anywhere and not have to look over our shoulders. It was just normal day in the life for us.
Because I remember when I used to go Axe FM years ago, not far from there, Green, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I used to just feel on edge all the time.
Mate.
I used to feel like you have to be on your job around there.
I see a few. I see madnesses. I used to go on Axe FM. It's mad.
Yeah.
I've got sets of you.
Yeah.
It's actually mad. I've actually got sets of you recorded. Yeah, I used to go on Axe FM all the time. But again,
pubs.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. I used to live on Axe FM.
Swear.
Yeah, I used to be on there all the time. Like all the little cover shows I'd go on. Yeah, MCing. No, at Bear.
Who did you used to roll with roughly on there?
Lee Man. When Lee Man used to DJ. You know Lee Man, innit?
No.
What's he? You do know, man? Capo Lee.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he used to be the DJ.
I didn't know that.
What's the other guy's name? Scopes.
Yeah, I know Scope
Yeah,
very well.
Scope. We used to
Scope
go
for
on there
years.
with him. There's another crew I used to go with on Saturdays. It was like 11 in the morning. MCing is mental. Yeah, like what we doing? He was here at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that's
yeah, like we was on there all the time, man.
Axe was good though. Had some good talent on there.
Oh, Axe was proper.
You know, it's funny. I don't know if I told you the story. So obviously, we was one of the only South London crews on there from the time that we was on there. And
That's
one
a
of
trek.
it was long. And one of my pals was called Scorcher. And we went on there a couple of times. And then by the second or third time, Pablo's told, or someone's told the other Scorcher.
Didn't they clash?
So he turned up and they had a clash.
I think I've got that recorded.
Yeah. So then they were clashing on our show. It's jokes.
No way.
Yeah, it's jokes. And they battled for the name, and the North London Scorcher won.
That is too funny. I've got that recorded.
Yeah,
Wait, were you DJing?
Yeah.
No way.
Shouting off in the background and
that. That is mad. History.
I think a funny thing from that, actually, I remember I was playing tunes and Scorcher's like, stop playing tunes at techno pace. Even though Graham's faster than techno, technically. Even though techno's like 130, 135, it does go up now, but Graham was faster. But yeah, and I was playing like some South London beats, you know, like roadside G beats, Gumbo and all that. And he's like, oh, what are these tunes? These tunes are dead and that. But in the South, they had weight and sort of tunes, you know what I mean? But yeah, Scorcher it's a big clash. But yeah, XFM, man, that's part of your history as well.
Yeah, 100%. I was on there, man. Literally used to love it. I've always just loved music, innit? Like, obviously, back in the day, trying to be an MC and that, it was just like music. That was just a big thing. One point, I stopped playing football because I thought I was going to be this big flipping MC.
I swear.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that was our life.
Shenin as well, isn't it?
If you go back and look, do you see Mad posted a video the other day? Him like DJing with like Crazy Titch, all the big boys. Like if you go through and look at what people are doing and their history.
Majesty Pac-Man was big, bro.
Yeah.
He was good. I used to love Pac-Man back in the day. Wolfpack and all that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Everyone's got a bit of a, like, you might see not the finished article because everyone's still on their journeys, but you'll see where everyone is now, not realizing what the 10 years or 20 years before had been.
That's what I mean, to like the new people coming up. Like, just because people have had a quick come up, it happens for some people, but some people have been working for ages and some people are doing it. And if you really love the music, then you'll just do it anyway. Like I said, like I'm fortunate enough that obviously I've made a career out of it, but I do it because I love it. It started off because when I'm in my bedroom MCing to no one, I'm not doing it. I'm just doing it because I love doing it. I'm DJing. Do you know what I mean? It's just you just want to do it because you're enjoying it. And I feel like when you do something like that and you're really passionate and you enjoy it, then the fruits will just start coming anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Are you one of those people? Because I feel like this, where it feels like wrong when you're not doing something musically or something to do with music.
Oh yeah,
like that?
100%.
Because I'm like that. It feels like if I'm not doing something creative within music, I feel like I'm not doing
100%.
You know what I mean?
And I feel like now that's why I'm big on like not pushing people, but like just trying to help people along the way. Because I feel like if we're all just helping each other, it's just better. Yeah, and it's like me and Dayram, to pick up Dayram again, that's my guy. Like we'll be on the phone for hours just talking about ideas and things and what we're gonna do together and what he can do better and what I can do better. Them little things like there. And again, I've only known Dayram, I've known him for quite a while now, but I didn't know him from nowhere. We've seen that we're both passionate about something and we're both working on it, and it's proper sick, man.
Yeah, of course.
Proper sick.
2024, what we expecting?
So my plan, realistically, is just more music, man. I really just want to find myself as a producer. I feel like, someone said to me the other day, everyone knows you can DJ now. Like we need to show your levels. Obviously, you've released a few good songs. Like you need to just be consistent with it. And yeah, because I don't want to say I'm poor, but I don't put enough music out because I hold myself back because I feel like a lot of it's not good. So now I just really want to focus on finding my sound, and so when someone hears a track, they're like, oh, it sounds like a Jerome Six track. So that's my main aim, is just spend time and hours and just find myself in the studio. That's basically my aim for 2024, man. Just I don't want to say rebuild, just do nice consistent rises, get rise backfiring again, have some nice events, because we had a sold out one last year. It was really good.
When's the next date for the next
No, 27th. So I'll see you there.
Yeah, you'll see me there.
27th of April, Bow Bridge. Make sure you're there, guys. That'll be a good one. 2 rooms. That'll be good.
Nice.
But yeah, I got some good things coming up. Couple releases coming up. One with a Colombian label, one with an Australian label,
Nice.
one with a UK label.
How does something like that come around in terms of an international?
That's actually
label?
mad. So the Colombian one actually emailed me. They was like, they heard. That's what happens is I normally send DJs, obviously like my latest tracks, I'll send it out to some people. Some of the DJs have labels or whatever, and they'll send it and they'll be like, oh, we like this one, can I sign it, sort of thing. And that's what happened. So it was like, we want that track, want to sign it. So I've got an EP coming out. I haven't got the date yet, but he's actually remixing it as well. It's actually, I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. Is that a nice feeling when you know someone's remixing your tune and you're looking forward to getting it back in the inbox?
Like I'm probably like, again, same thing. We didn't even speak about that. But Max, when he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna remix thing," I was like, "This is nuts!" Like I'm releasing on this label that I've always wanted to release on. Now I've got like my goat remixing one of my songs. Like it's mad. But yeah, when this guy said that as well, I was like, "Yeah, it's a good feeling, man." Like it means that they obviously like the song, they have faith in the song, and they want to work with the song. It means you must be doing good. It's these little things that make you realize like. Not so bad after all.
Yeah, and then you're in the right places.
Yeah,
doing the right
do you know what I mean?
Nah, exactly, man. All right, well, I really appreciate you coming down or coming across from where you came from.
Yeah, it's more left to right.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming across. I've enjoyed the interview, man. Nice in-depth interview. I hope people got to know you a bit more and you've got to, explain your journey a bit better as well. And I look forward to the rest of the 2024 because I know it's going to be a big year for you, just like the last one was. But yeah, thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah. All right.
Appreciate it.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, man, pick up Jerome Six and look forward to the next episode. Thank you.